Hey guys, it's Jen Boecher from 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, season 4, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays.
Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays. We're here with Shabooty. Then we have a special guest, which is Jen. By the way, pronounce your last name for me.
It's Beecher, but everybody can say it
Mhm.
however they want. Boucher,
Yeah.
Becker, Bacher, but it's Beecher, but
Okay. It's Beachy because I would have said like Boucher probably. I don't know.
I know I grew up in New Orleans, so people sometimes say that, and I'm like, I wish I was that cool, but I'm not.
Mhm. There's a famous dude, but it's spelled differently, where his is actually spelled like Beecher, like how you would think it's spelled.
Oh,
And I don't know if he's still like what he does, but he at one point I don't know if he's still like relevant, but at some point back in the day, he had a place called like Beecher's Madhouse,
oh
which I
wow.
think was like a club or something in either Vegas or LA.
That
So
sounds cool.
yeah, but that's the only Beecher that I knew.
Oh, the only other Beacher that I ever knew is I don't know if you years ago, a lifetime ago, that show Oz was on HBO, I think. I never watched it, but like one of the main like prisoner dudes, his name was Beecher on there. And somebody was like, "Oh yeah, like the guy." I'm like, "Sure, yeah." Okay.
Oh, and if for the people that are listening, whether they're like listening to the playback on Spotify and they're not as like hardcore super duper fans, for a quick refresher, it's Jen who was with Rishi on 90 Day Fiancé.
Like gosh, it was in 2023, I think, is when we started filming in like 2021, but yeah, I think it aired in 2023.
But isn't it a thing a lot of times where, obviously it airs in the US, as quick as possible, but then in other countries it airs like way later, and then all of a sudden you get like a burst of relevancy again.
Oh my God, Shruti, I was in India this December. My mom turned 80. She wanted to go. She'd been with me many times before, but that's what she wanted. We went. I have it on my phone somewhere, the picture. I took a picture of the television. Our season was playing there on like regular cable.
Like
I was,
it was a new season there or something.
yes, yes. I was laughing so hard because I was like, wow, I wonder if people will, because, in the past, like, I mean, India's huge. Like, nobody's recognizing me, right? But I'm
Mm.
like, this is on regular cable here. They're basic cable. And so I was like, nobody recognized me. And we didn't end up staying for more than a couple weeks, but still, it was kind of funny.
You did not get recognized?
I did not.
But like,
No.
did you see did you run into any other Americans?
No, no. We just kind of did our little thing and yeah, it was just um we saw Rishi, which was really cool, and things of everything with time, everything, gets better and you get more mature, and I'm like, "Oh my, why was I so I don't know. When those things happen, like I'm sure you've talked to people because you talked to so many people from the show that like when you're in it, you're really in it and you're angry and you're fired up and this and that. Now I'm
Hmm.
like, it was what it was, it was a fun experience. And now I'm like, if people are like, oh, I hate her and she's dumb and she's fat and she's got weird eyes, I'm like, okay, well, think what you want to think, like whatever.
Yeah, so yeah, you're on like good terms now with Rishi, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's really cool. I have no idea what happened with his ex, but
Hmm.
and I know a lot of people are like, she stood up for him and he was a wife abuser. I don't know what happened, but I
Uh,
really think that was kind of, I don't know, but put it this way, when she put those pictures out, she hadn't been living in India for like 6 months. So,
mhm.
like, I don't know how that works,
Yeah,
but
she was a clout chaser, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because like
So
she's trying to be like a celebrity chef or some shit.
yeah, I think, yeah. And I'm like, why would you track somebody down? And she got on like one of my lives where I just was like trying to tell people like, hey, like he never hit me. Like, cause I was getting, all these things like, are you okay? Did you do that? I'm like, never. Like
Hmm.
I could probably, this sounds terrible, but I'm like, I could probably beat his ass. But never mind that. He's a very like meek guy, even though if he comes off kind of like arrogant sometimes, but it's not, it's just that's just how like, I don't know how to explain it. If you meet him in person, he's not like that at all. He's very nice. I think I told you Randy and Myra were like, are you sure you don't want to marry this dude? He's really nice. I'm like,
Hmm.
I know he is, but
No, I could tell like the wife or ex-wife, whatever she is, like I could tell she's like a clout chaser trying to be like famous. And like
Yeah.
that's probably what drew her to him in the first place to try to like steal his clout off of his of being on the show.
Yeah, I think so. And like um yeah, and it was like she was like, "Oh, this is none of your business." And I'm like, "You just made it my business. Like, why would you do all this, post all this stuff on social media? I mean, they're not coming for you, lady." Like, and then
Hmm.
she got in on the live, and I think she changed her name, and she's like, "Why do you like the young men? Why are you?" And I'm like, "Am I out stealing people's boyfriends? Like, if anything, like he asked me to marry him. He approached me like I'm not chasing people down, but
Hmm.
whatever." But
Yeah,
it
and,
like
I've said it a million times, but like my problem with her was out of all the shit I stir up on like on Instagram, you know me, I'm like a king of drama
I love
and
it.
tea and stuff. But like out of all the, and I have a bunch of enemies and all that shit, but like out of all the enemies I have, she's one of the like two people that have like copyright striked one of my posts before, which is like I've said this before, but like
Oh
anyway, but
yeah.
that's like a big no-no in my world.
I agree. And it should be a big no-no. It's called freedom of speech, and you should be able to say whatever you want. It's the freaking internet. Like that's like people are so nice. They'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I hope you don't mind. Are you from that show?" Even still today. And I'm like, "Do I mind?" I'm like, "I put my ass on TV. Like, thank you for that's so sweet that you recognize
Mhm.
me." So yeah,
Yeah,
like
it was stupid too.
right?
It was like it was the wedding invitation that I posted, and she got
Oh,
butthurt over. And then also I had all the personal like pertinent things from the invite, like the personal stuff. Like I blocked out all the like details of like
yeah.
when and where and shit. Like I blocked out a lot of the details. So if I was really trying to like if I was trying to throw her under the bus or whatever
Right.
and
You
not
could
care
have put the
about
venue and shit.
yeah, like if I didn't have any like regard, I would just post it as is. But I like hid a bunch of details, so it's not like doxing any information.
No, yeah.
So it's
You
like, and she's still like copyright striker, which is fucking bullshit. But anyway,
Such bullshit. Such bullshit. I know. Yeah, you went full like FBI blackout, the blackout. No. And I was pissed about that anyway. Like he shouldn't have been sending. I still give him shit about that. I'm like, why the hell would you send wedding invitations to like mutual friends of ours? Jamie, God bless her, was like, "Jen, I got to tell you, she was the first one to call me and be like, he's sending out invitations." And I'm like, "Oh my God." She's like, to me too. And I was like, "Oh," and she's like, "Of course I'm not going. Are you kidding?" I'm like, "Okay, thank you." But it didn't even last. They weren't even actually really married. They just like had a celebration and never registered. So I was like, "Bro, that was
Mhm.
smart because then you don't have to get the divorce."
Yeah, I assume the wife or whatever, her hope was to be like picked up on 90 Day Fiance, right?
Yeah. And I
Mhm.
think she doesn't I don't know, she lives in Copenhagen or something, but I think she's Mexican heritage. Or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking you don't know the deal. It's about the American. I mean, for better or for worse. I'm not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent, but they're not going to pick
Mhm.
you up, honey. Like, go
Yeah,
try out in
yeah,
the Netherlands,
I,
whatever.
yeah. I don't think they would give a fuck about Rishi with some random broad from the Netherlands.
Yeah, exactly. He already tried once with that April girl, which I still give him shit about. Like they were trying
Mhm.
to go on there together, and I don't know. I'm like, why do I get? And then now see I'm getting all like worked up, and I'm like, "Jen, it's over. Leave it alone."
True. Hey Gina, my co-host is here. Hey Gina.
Hello, sorry I'm late. Hey, Jen, how are you?
Hi, hi.
Mhm.
Glad that you were on here. Thank you for
Long,
having me.
long time, long time. I
I
got into
know.
the midst of you saying, I don't know, some chick from Denmark or from fucking Netherlands.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, we were catching up about
Denmark.
Rishi.
I've been to Copenhagen. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I bet. I've been to all over Europe. I never made it to Amsterdam, but I just know that like those are some of like the happiest places in the world too. I've heard people there are just so happy.
Hmm.
Well, Amsterdam is on a whole other level of happiness, if you know what
Oh,
I
oh,
mean.
I would love to talk about that one day.
I've been to Amsterdam.
Oh my gosh. Is it amazing or is it like, oh, you could die in a hole there and like nobody would find
Well, here's the thing. My cousin and I went from Germany to Amsterdam. He drove there, right? Because it's about an hour and a half away, and it's all on what's called an autobahn. So
Yeah.
it's basically a highway where you can go at any speed limit.
Mm.
So he's like going like 150. I'm like, oh my God, slow down. This is not the speed limit I'm used to. He's like, it's an Autobahn. I'm like, what the frick is an Autobahn?
Oh, it's
And then he
amazing.
and then he told me, and I'm like, oh, okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
So we were just there for the day. It was just kind of awkward because we went to the sex museum and when we were going with my cousin, I'm like, okay, this is extremely awkward. I'm
Well,
like, you
yeah,
do your thing, I do my thing, and
right.
we'll meet in the middle. Like, we'll meet
Mhm.
outside. This is really awkward.
And then we'll never
Uh,
discuss it again. No,
exactly. And we did the Heineken tour, which I loved, like the brewery, the
I
Heineken brewery
bet.
tour. But he's just like, oh, do you want to smoke anything? And I'm like, no.
Not after going to
And
the sex museum with you, cousin.
And I'm like, well, no, because I'm from Canada and I'm from Vancouver and we have like some of the best bud that you can get.
I
So
bet.
and he's just like, right. And he's been here before. He's like, right, I forgot. Sorry. Like where you were from, of course. Like you can't even compare it. Like you've got some of the best in the world. Why would you want to try this? I'm like, exactly. And then we saw the red light district and stuff like that. I'm like, this is just awkward on another level. I'm like, let's just go. Let's
I'm
just
so
go.
curious about that. Like, is it, I mean, you see it in movies and stuff, but is it just like windows and girls are like their silhouettes and
Yeah, he said that it was far worse when he went, like worse as in like a bigger taboo. It's all like kind of like touristy, like
oh yeah.
touristy and like more subtle, basically, not as bad or as
Okay.
much nudity as it was in the past, right?
Wow.
So, and it was during the
True.
day, right? Not at night. I can imagine what it might be at
Oh,
nighttime.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's because we spent the whole entire day, the day there. So the food's not that great. I'm kind of used to like Mediterranean food. So because I'm
Yum.
Portuguese, so the food's not that great. It's very bland.
I can see
Mhm.
So
that. Yeah.
True,
yeah.
true. Like Jen, I know your time is like limited, so I want to. I'm really dying to hear the story of like the whole trials and tribulations, and obviously you don't have to get in all whatever details you're comfortable with, but I'm dying to hear the story where you ended up in Fresno for like a job
Oh,
and like what happened really.
okay. So, and I know it's probably be boring to some people, so I won't go on and on. But long story short, so I'm a speech pathologist, and I don't usually advertise it because I work with kids. Worked with kids for like 20 years in schools, and I was like, I kind of, you get burnt out after a while, and I don't want to be that like mean teacher where people are like, just freaking retire. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm going to do adults. I told this company straight up because they always need OTs, PTs, nurses, and SLPs. Like, you're always going to have a job. So you got people calling you all the time. We got a job here. We got a job.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm going to try adults. And I told so skilled nursing facilities or nursing homes, whatever, that's the adult place, unless you do a hospital. And they're like, we've got a job in Fresno. And I'm like, I have no adult experience. And they're usually like, oh, well, we don't have anybody to train you. And they're like, no, we have somebody there on site. You can shadow them. I'm like, I'm going to have to shadow them because I'm doing swallowing. Like, somebody could choke, and you know what I mean? Like, there's medical issues. It's different than like changing, like trying to get somebody to stop lisping or, correct their R sound or, working with autism. So, no, yeah, absolutely. And, we're going to pay you this amount of money and da da da. And so I get out there and
Well, and you were in Oklahoma.
yeah, yeah. So I was on kind of a break. I'd finished a teletherapy contract and I was just kind of like, didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something different. And that came up and I was like, let's do this. They're going to provide me a somebody to shadow. This is going to be great. I was scared because I was like, I'm not going to remember anything and I'm going to be terrible. Well, I get out there. I found a
Let's back up. So you loaded up a U-Haul and then drive out there?
No, like when I do travel contracts, I just pack like a couple of suitcases because they're usually only like, oh, that's the other thing. When you work for skilled nursing facilities, they're 13-week assignments. So I usually do whole school year assignments. So I'll go 36-week, you
Hmm.
know, to California or Arizona or wherever. That's usually where I go because they pay really well and you get non-taxable per diem, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, it was a 13-week assignment. So I just packed my car.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but yeah, I drove like 1,500 miles. Far. I don't know why. Fresno was further. I've gone to LA, Oxnard, a couple of different places, but it seemed very far. And I finally got there. Um, and got great Airbnb. This lady was so cool. I had like a pool house for like 1,200 a month. I had 2 bedrooms. It was such a great setup. And so I'm going to be at 2 nursing homes, right? They had like 2 properties, a couple miles from each other, really close to where I was staying. I go, and the first day I'm there, they're like, we don't have anybody for you to shadow. And so the director of rehab was like, I'm just going to show you what to do. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, I'm a go with the flow kind of girl. And
Mm-hmm.
so she's showing me, and I was like, oh God, this is a lot easier than I thought. And the evaluations for kids, they're like 20-page protocols. I mean, they take days. These were like 20-minute swallow evaluations. Like, here, drink some soup, swallow some pudding, take a sip of water. I was like, this is amazing. I can do this. And
Mm-hmm.
then, oh my God. Well, I'll put it this way. I spent this money going out there. I rented this Airbnb for a month. 8 days in, I'm going to skip to the chase. This one, because there's a director of rehab at both facilities. I was only there for 2 days, no training. But it's okay. I was out on my own. The occupational therapist was like, this is what you do. I was fine. But they went on a retreat, a week-long retreat. And when they came back the next week, so I was there for 5 days. They came back. One director of rehab was like, listen, the person that hired with you, they're not with the company anymore. And I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have the money to pay you. So you're going to be let go by the end of the week. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I've never, and not saying like I'm so great. I'm saying I just have not had, thank you God, I've not ever been fired or let go from a job before. Let go, I guess whatever. And I was like, I invested all this money to go out there, and I ended up working 8 days. And it was just like the I can't even describe it other than maybe like a
Mm-hmm.
90-day fiance experience. Kind of like, what the hell just happened? Like, what just happened?
Like,
So they had enough money for the retreat, but they didn't have enough money to pay
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank
Make it
you.
make
Thank
and
sense.
you.
like, how does the person that's hiring you also is like not really working with the company though?
Yeah, I have no idea. It was all super shady. And then come to find out, and I didn't know that much about how they do. Well, here's the big thing, and I'm gonna fucking say it, and I don't care if anybody wants to come back on me. The whole scam, and I'm sorry, it is a scam. I am not going to qualify somebody who is in end stage dementia, renal failure, dying for speech therapy services, and they're getting tube fed. I'm going to feed them, and they forget the next day. Like, it's so unethical. But that's what they do there because they bill Medicare. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't billing Medicare. Well, first of all, they didn't give me access to any of the databases. So I didn't even know how to. I was doing it all
Yeah,
in.
let me just say allegedly,
Yeah.
but yeah.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying, let me just say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm sure what they were doing, they think was wonderful. But I
Mm-hmm.
was like, after the whole thing was said and done, I basically drove all the way back to Oklahoma the same month. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was disappointing. But I have to say, again, kind of like 90 Day Fiance, one of those like, what the hell did I just do? What, like this was not how it happened. This was out of context. It was one of those like, well, you know what? There was a reason for it to happen. Maybe I
Mm-hmm.
needed to know that that was not the right setting for me because they want 95% productivity, which means you're spending 95% of your time with patients, which is impossible when you're
Mm-hmm.
doing paperwork. It's impossible. Yeah, it's dumb. And I'm going back to working with kids. It's fine. I'm over it. But
Maybe you dodged a bullet
that's what I'm thinking, girl. That is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking. I
because
think
that's like red flags.
yeah, big red flags. Red flags
Yeah.
over Texas. I was like, this just no, I had problems almost immediately with like the moral and ethical like situation there. But I'm still
Mhm.
pissed at them that the amount of money that I spent going out and coming back. It was just
Did they pay you for the 8 days that you were there?
no, they did pay me for the 8 days, but then they tried to send me this letter saying that I didn't do a good job. And I said, you tell like that they heard from the client. I said, what were the things that I did wrong? I said, I want to see the documentation, what they said. Everything they said was a complete lie. And I am a document kind of person. And I was like, all right, tell them on this day who told me this, who told me that. I didn't even, they were on a retreat. They didn't even have my phone number. How could they tell me to do something and I didn't do it? They weren't even there to tell me what to do. I'm like,
I was
okay.
gonna say you can always sue them for a defamation of character, but they don't got
Oh,
no money.
thank you. I was thinking exact same
Mm.
thing and I wanted to and I so wanted to, but I was like, no, Jen, you know what? It'll all come out in it's fine. Just chill because I wanted to sue them. They did back down though because I wrote them a letter like giving them the business like this day, this day, this day I did this that. I've got all my notes in my Microsoft Word because y'all didn't give me access to the thing. I was like, this I'm not getting. They tried to like like put a freaking reprimand on my character. I'm like, I've been doing this shit 20 years. You're not going to say
Mhm.
I'm incompetent. And the whole, oh, the other thing was I had a mentor from this company, the agency, which I'm not going to name. They gave me a mentor, not the one that I was supposed to shadow, but somebody to call on the phone. And she was freaking amazing. I loved her. And she backed me 100%. She's like, you were doing amazing. But anyway,
Mhm.
it was on I got hired on the basis of I told them straight up, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I don't know adults. Like that's not my population. So for them to say you did this, and this wrong, yeah, you even if I did, which I didn't, that was part of it. Like I was going out there to learn. So you're not going to give me even 2 weeks. You're giving me actually it wasn't even 8 days. I was 8 days on
Mhm.
the premises. It was 7 days and 1 hour. They sent me home
Mhm.
after an hour one day, and I was like, "Oh, I can't, can't deal with these people."
Yeah, like it's weird. So like I said, Lana, who's like, well, she's actually listening live, but she's from Fresno, and like, while Lana is an amazing person, she's funny and all that shit. I can tell she has a heart of gold. She's a great person, but the story she tells about Fresno has me like freaked the fuck out. To like, I would be scared to
Tell
go
me,
there.
tell me.
Oh, let me see if she's like. It was sometimes if she's like busier and that has background noise, she doesn't speak or whatever. But let me see if
Okay,
she's like able to get on like chat. I mean, on the podcast because she has like great stories. But let me see if she's able to talk.
yeah.
Lana, if you're available, and I know if you're not in a busy area, like noise wise, Lana, feel free to unmute and talk. But she has all these crazy stories of like Fresno where I'm just like, they're really great, funny stories, but they're like train wreck stories. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared to go there.
It's basically her stories can be like a docu-series on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, hey, Lana. I think she unmuted. You there? You sound like you're
Um,
like 20 yards away from the microphone or something.
yeah, you sound like you're underwater.
You there, Lana?
I'm trying.
Okay, yeah. If you're on speaker or something, try to turn off speaker phone or something.
It looks
I
like
think she logged off and then she's gonna log back in maybe.
yeah, but she has all these stories like with the Airbnb of like crazy parties. Like, um, I'm trying to think of all her crazy stories, but
The one with the porn star or whatever, and like
oh,
there's a
that
miss.
sounds
There's
good.
one. There's like a missing person story she told us once.
No.
yes.
Yeah.
So like we said, you dodged a bullet when you left Fresno.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah, like if you can get out of Fresno like in one piece physically at least, like that's a blessing in disguise.
Well, I will say when we were driving out there, my niece, she's so sweet. She's driven me out to a couple of California assignments. She's like, Jen, I found out that it's like one of the number one gang cities in California. I'm like, Fresno? Like,
Yeah, yeah. It has to be from all the shit we hear from Lana.
that surprised me. I'm like, I just see a bunch of fruit trees. Just a
No,
bunch
we
of
hear
like,
like we hear stories about hookers and shit like that.
oh, that's amazing. I love
And
hooker
the
stories.
rifles in the Airbnb
Like
and
people with the Airbnb will throw like a used rubber on the window and it like
Oh
dries on
my,
the window.
oh my God. You know what I'm imagining is like I just rewatched the worst of the oh my gosh, the White Lotus. Y'all have seen the White Lotus shows, right?
I know of it, but I had personally
yeah,
haven't watched it.
Well, it's
me
one of
too.
those. Okay, well, it's one of those things that people told me for you got to watch it. And I was like, yeah, whatever. But I watched it and I was like, oh, this I'm hooked. Okay, first of all, Jennifer, I can't think of her last name. I mean, she's just
The one that
amazing.
is the mom from Apple Pie or American Pie.
I think so. And she was
Yeah.
in she was also with Reese Witherspoon, and she was like the nail tech in oh
Oh,
my,
I
she goes
know
to
exactly
Harvard.
who. Yes, it was Legally Blonde.
Yes, yes. She's like her friend in Legally Blonde. She's that got
Mm.
that voice.
That quirky
Yes,
Isn't her last
yes,
name like Coolidge or something?
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. Oh, steals the show on the first two episodes. The last episode was kind of awful, but they're both like when I hear hookers and like and like guns and prostitutes and stuff, I'm just like, oh, this is so White Lotus. Like they could make another one just based on Fresno. It sounds like,
Mhm.
but
Oh,
yeah, I do recommend them.
Lana says she was in the shower and she had the speaker on.
Ah.
Sorry, guys, I'm here now.
Oh,
Oh,
hey, Lana.
There
yay.
you go.
Hi, guys. Hi,
Hi.
Jen.
Hi.
I
I
Ye-
just adore you. I just think you're fantastic.
Well, I adore you too. And I just have to say, you guys, I feel the love every time I come on here. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. No idea. Like I didn't know there was so much hate in the world until I did that show. And now like all the love is just that much more meaningful. So thank you. And I love you
Mhm.
guys. You guys make me feel so good. So thank you for having me.
You're always
Yeah,
welcomed.
yeah, Lana, like I don't even know where to start, but yeah, we were telling Jen about all the crazy Fresno stories.
Yes, tell
Oh,
me.
yeah, Fresno, we have some crazy ones. That's for damn sure. As a
Oh,
matter of fact, last night, I
oh,
was sitting in my room and I hear my neighbors arguing. And I'm like, wait, I turned the volume of my TV down and I'm like, what's going on over there? And all I hear is his wife. She was basically beating his ass in the backyard. And she kept telling him, what bitch did you have in my house while I was out of town?
Mm.
oh,
And this guy's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, that bitch left her nasty underwear under my fucking bed. Who
oh
in the
my
fuck
God.
did you have in my house?
Oh,
I mean, they were going at it. I was being so nosy, I'm not gonna lie.
I would be
Because
too.
my my bedroom window, if you go to the back of my yard, that's where my bedroom window is, and so is theirs. And
mm.
and so I could see their backyard perfectly, but I didn't want them to see that I could see them.
Of
So I
course.
kept the curtain closed and the window open. But oh my God, she was beating his ass.
Well,
That's
like not that it matters, but like what nationality were they?
Hispanic.
Okay.
they were
Yeah,
going
they're
for it.
they're
Yeah,
Hispanic. All I kept
Latin
hearing,
people are very passionate people.
oh, they're
Hmm.
passionate. All I kept hearing is, who in the fuck was in my house? What bitch was in my house? And I was like, oh my God, no, he didn't. Because he seems like a hell of a nice guy, but he is
Hmm.
nice looking too.
Oh, oh.
So I don't
Mm.
know if his wife went out of town and maybe he thought he could get away with a little something.
Oh, but you know that girl he had over was like, let me stick these panties right here.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And then when he talks to her, she's going to say, I was wondering what happened to him. I couldn't find him when I was trying to get dressed. Bitch, you
How do
knew
you
you
leave
didn't
the
have them
house?
on when you left.
Yeah, exactly. How do you leave the house without underwear on?
Yes, you knew you didn't have them on when you left. It's been so quiet over there all day today. I don't know if she left him or
Oh, girl,
it's
you better
just
call the police.
very quiet.
Somebody might be dead.
I'm telling you, they were going at it. I was just like, oh my God, what the hell? And I was like, how dare he? When she was like, what bitch was in my house? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I hope she don't come over here and knock and say, hey, did you happen to hear a bitch at my house or see a bitch at my house?
need 90 Day Fiance when you have Lana's neighbors providing better entertainment.
Exactly.
Live.
You should have
Live
seen
and
me.
in
Oh
person.
my God. I was nosy Miss Rosie. I was listening to everything.
Oh, I would
Oh,
too.
me too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And Lana, I'm trying to remember. Did you move homes like recently?
No, I'm still here. My son
Okay.
wants me to move, but
Hmm.
I'm just not too sure because he wants to give me a little mother-in-law house, and I have my whole
Oh,
house here. So
Hmm. And
oh.
I'm trying to remember. And then in your neighborhood, has there been shootings that you've told us about?
you know what? There hasn't been, but last night, some guy, I guess he found out his wife was cheating, followed them wherever they were at and killed them both.
S-
Oh.
Like in
Holy
where though?
shit.
In near
Um,
you?
Yeah, not close by me, but here in Fresno
Mhm.
area.
Dang. See,
Yes.
I'm telling you, like with Fresno, you pull a little bit of like on the yarn, it'll unravel a story.
yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure. Fresno,
But
there's
didn't you
always
have like
something
a
going
cop?
on.
Don't you have like a cop radio or a neighbors app where like at
I
one point
do. I
you
do.
said
I
like
have an app
there was
called
like a
Broadcastify. And that
yes,
one you
that's
can
it.
hear, yeah, that one you can hear everything. But it's so many officers checking in and out, it's kind of hard to stick with the same story,
Oh, I bet.
It's like a
because there's so much going on.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like a police scanner, radio scanner
Uh-huh.
type thing.
It's like a police scanner and it does like our whole area and our outside outlined areas. So it
Mhm.
does like all the little towns like Sanger, Selma, like that type of thing.
But I remember you
Wow.
saying there was like some sort I think it was in the summertime last year, there was like some sort of shooting or something like that, and you heard it on that scanner radio or
Yeah.
whatnot.
No, I heard it when we were on live, when I was listening to
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
or that. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I
that
literally had to hit the ground.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Remember?
I
gosh.
remember that, yeah.
Yes, I had to hit the ground and I was like, oh my God, you guys, oh my God, oh my God.
Like
Somebody
like
is shooting.
No, like somebody call the police if you don't hear me.
Right. It was scary as hell. And it sounded so close. And I still
mhm.
think it was the second house over. But they shot at, I think I counted 10. I might have stopped counting at that point because I was on the ground.
Wow.
I remember that because I was trying to like get you on the podcast to like get your live reaction.
Right. Exactly. Now that was crazy that it
that's the
happened right at
last
that
thing she
time.
wants to do is go on a podcast. You're like,
Right.
I need
No,
to get
but I
back to my
did.
life.
I did come back on because I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I kept putting in the chat, oh my God, they're shooting. I wanted you guys to know a timeline. So in case I didn't get back on, you're like, hey,
Yeah,
wait.
absolutely.
Yes, it was scary. It was
Yeah,
just too close for comfort. I
yeah.
hit the ground and I was thinking, oh, my cat, because she was in the window.
Oh,
So yeah, like Jen, when we say you dodged a bullet in Fresno, it could be literal, you know.
It could be
Literally.
literally.
love it. I love it.
I'm sorry
Yes.
about your bad job experience here, though.
Oh, you know what, girl? You know what? The couple of things that bummed me out is I had a really sweet living situation. I thought I might have had. I mean, hanging out with older folks is a lot more chill than
Right.
kids, right? So I was like, I could transition, and also Sharona. I don't know if you guys know, she used to be on with George Mossey when they had a podcast, like way back when I was on first, and like.
Oh.
And listen, I love like Shabooty made fun of me and George Moss and I loved it. Like it was all in good fun and I love it. And I
Yes.
love that. I love that. And I became friends with Sharona. So she and I have been talking for years and she lives in San Diego and she wanted to do a podcast, she and I together. Well, she still does. We do on domestic violence, which I mean, I know I'm probably going all different ways with that, but um I was like, we're going to be in California on the same time zone. We could do something. Anyway,
Mhm.
I digress. I didn't get to have my little California experience, excuse me, longer than I wanted to be there a little longer. But
Right.
Not in
Sure.
Fresno.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
right,
don't think
right.
you want to
Yeah.
do it here. I think you really they did you a favor by letting you go.
I have to think that like the older I get, the more I'm like, you know what? Things
Mhm.
happen for a reason and I just have to accept that.
Same here. Same
Right?
here. As you get older, you get to that I don't give a fuck age.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
you just get to that point where you just don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh,
exactly.
by the way, Jen, and thank you, Gina, for reminding me. But like, while we still have you, Jen, can you like record like an audio drop type of thing? So
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
say like, well, well, your last name you said it's Beecher, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
you say like, hey, it's Jen Beecher, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
Okay. Hey, it's Jen Boecher, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays. Oh, wait, I didn't say that very well. Okay.
That was perfect.
It was good. It was good, but go ahead, do it one more time for the
Okay.
hell of it.
Hey, guys, it's Jen Boecher from 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 4, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
Good, that's perfect.
That's
Perfect.
Okay.
great.
I'll practice. I'll practice for next time. Do another one.
We love your voice. You have the perfect voice for that.
You know what? Thank you. I used to hate my voice, and another blessing from when you're on TV and you have to listen to yourself, and you're like, you come to terms with it, and you're like, it's my voice. What can I do?
That's right.
Right? It's thank you. I
Mm.
appreciate that. That's very sweet.
And how's Randy doing?
Randy's doing well. She's Randy has so many careers. I so envy her. I mean, she's done everything in her. I mean, she was an actor, a singer. Oh my gosh, she's a badass singer. Like she wanted to do Broadway originally, and she does writing. She does like all kinds of stuff. And yeah, she's doing great.
Are you going to New York City anytime soon?
I hope so. I've kind of since I do school years and the school year's about to wrap up, I already have a contract for August. So I'm living off of my money from my little Fresno experience and my savings. So
You're 7 days and 1 hour.
yes, 7 days and 1 hour. God, that's gonna be the name of my new book.
Did you
Hmm.
say you're a teacher, Jen?
I'm a speech language pathologist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, it's like education combined with going to medical school for the upper part of the body. There are so many things that like, that's one thing in schools is hard is because you've got everything. You've got kids with cleft palates. You've got kids with
Right.
autism, right? You got kids with speech problems. You got kids with language problems. And it's very interesting, but it's like jack of all trades, master of none, kind of.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I'm on a break, which is great. I'm just hanging out at my mom's house until next year. Well,
Hmm.
not next school year, sorry. August 3rd I start back up, and I'm going to do I think I said this. I'm going to do teletherapy again.
Yeah,
So,
Are
I
you
have two of my kids who are teachers.
oh, love teachers. Love them. They
Yes, I
are
have one's a principal now and one's a fifth grade teacher.
Oh my gosh. So Myra, my friend that was on the show too, she's a vice principal. She started as a teacher years ago, and she's like all over like all these vice principals. She's an admin in like
Yes.
in a scary part of Houston. Um
Wow.
yeah. So
Oh
I have
gosh.
mad respect for anybody in education. Everybody and anybody, they need to pay doctors less and teachers more. I'm just
Yes.
saying,
Yes. When I
right?
see my daughter say, "Oh, mom, I got to go shopping for my students," I'm like, "What?
Right? They
What?"
Mhm.
give everything,
Yes. Yes. My
heart
my
and
daughter usually
soul.
buys everything. All the little gifts or the whatever games they play,
Yes,
whatever they do. She even has
yes,
to buy her own paper, her own erasers, her own.
right?
I mean, back in my day, I remember them bringing a whole bucket of supplies to the teachers in their rooms all the time.
Oh yeah. No, times have changed,
Oh,
and
times have changed.
oh, girl,
Mhm. And,
times
and
times are hard. No, but
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. I mean, when you think like you can affect a kid's life, that
Yes.
brings me to tears when I think
Oh,
back.
me too.
Right? Like I've cried several times in meetings. You get in these special education meetings. Well, for me, special ed,
Yes.
but there's regular ed and all that. And I mean, man, you get some bad ones where the parents are like, you didn't cure my child of autism, and I'm like, well, I can't. Like, it's just
Nope.
not
You're
possible,
not God.
You're not,
right?
yeah,
I'm not.
exactly.
Mhm.
But then you got the parents that are, and especially my Latino parents are like, thank you so much, maestra. They're like just so grateful. And it just brings me to tears. And you see some miracles. So
Yes. Yes.
that's, yeah. And well, that's wonderful that your daughter's a teacher. You know, she might not be a millionaire, but I tell you what, she's got a special place in heaven.
She
She's
sure
doing the
does.
Lord's work.
And she
Right?
has a
The
great life
Lord's
because
work.
her husband has his own business. He does carpet, tile, linoleum, all of that stuff. And
Mhm.
Oh,
she's a teacher, so they're doing just fine.
I bet. I
True.
bet. And she's in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah. They're here. They both teach here in Fresno.
Oh, that's great because California. See, that's why I go to California for my son. They pay.
Yes, they pay pretty good.
Yeah, Oklahoma, we're still paying teachers like 30 grand a year. I'm like,
Mhm.
um,
And Jen, like you don't have to say, but what if you're comfortable saying, like, what city in Oklahoma are you in?
yeah, sure. No, I am in Stillwell, which nobody knows, but I will tell you, most people can. I am the closest big city. I am right on the border. Well, kind of right on the border. 45 minutes from Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is University of Arkansas, home of Walmart. It's where Sam
Mhm.
Walton built like the Walmart.
Mhm. That's
You
the,
Wow.
know,
the well,
yeah,
big Ed's over there.
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, and so. I love the fact that when I was a kid, I mean, it was a nothing town and now it has exploded. Housing prices are like, I'll never be able to afford a house up the road, but it's beautiful. It's like God's country. And yeah, but no, I'm in little bitty Stillwell, on the family property. So my mom, I'm staying with my mom and my brother and his wife and, her daughter who is my niece and well she we've gotten really close, we're like besties and she's my niece and we're about the same maturity level. She's 24 and my maturity level about age
Yeah.
24, so it works out great.
Yeah, I believe that. I feel
She's
like my
mature
kids
and
are so mature now.
yes, yes.
So you are you too far from like Oklahoma City?
We're like 3 hours from Oklahoma City and an
Yeah,
hour and
there
a
was
half from
tornadoes
Tulsa.
there yesterday.
Were there?
Yes.
Oh,
There was
Uh,
tornadoes. I was watching it on the news in Oklahoma. I was because I have a friend that lives in Oklahoma. And I was like, oh my God.
where in
That
Oklahoma?
was so scary. Where does she said I forgot where she lives. I'm sorry, I forgot
That's
where she
okay,
lives.
that's okay.
I
hmm.
never leave California, so I when it comes to states, I'm not good.
No, I get it. And most of my friends that are from California, like they never want to leave. Like they'll
Right?
leave, right? Yeah. Or they'll leave and they'll move to Texas so they can buy a lot of house for the money they sell their house in
Well,
Cal. But then they're
Yes.
like, but the weather. And I'm like, I
Yes.
know.
Hmm.
Y'all are living the dream over there in
Yes.
California.
And we're always like, I'm 3 hours from the mountains. I'm 3 hours from the beach. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty close to everything. So,
Yes. It's a beautiful state. Beautiful.
yes, for sure.
True, yeah. Oh, and if Lana, if you have any questions, for example, like if you have any behind the scenes questions for Jen as far as like pillow talk or things like that, she probably knows the answers.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you that now. Yeah, because for a long time, man, they scare the hell out of you with those non-disclosures, and they're like, "We'll sue you for $50,000 if you
Wow.
have."
For
Yeah,
how long? How
I
long do you
don't.
guys have to be on the non disclosure?
I think it's for like a lifetime, but
No.
I can say things like allegedly, and I can say theoretically. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? Like I'm saying I can say that. They didn't say that, but I'm saying it.
Well, they
I'd
act
rather.
like they own you guys. They don't own you for life. Come on now.
They kind of do. They kind of do. Like they're.
Wow.
Oh, you know who told me this? And I thought this was so right on. George Mossy told me when I first, like way back in the day, he said, I think that whoever wrote the contracts for that show was in the music business because what they do is, and you guys might know this, I never knew this, but like if you, like, let's say you're an upcoming singer, songwriter, whatever, anything, somebody will sign you and they get you to write off all this stuff and they can keep all of your stuff and
Yes.
right and
Mm-hmm.
you can't go, they can hold on to that stuff forever, you can't go anywhere else, you can't
Yeah.
make it right,
Yeah, that's your masters.
you
Yes.
are fuck.
Mm.
You are, yeah. They, so that's kind of the 90-day way. And
Wow.
I won't say who, but somebody who is still with them and does a lot of the, I mean, it's kind of their life. They told me straight up, like, you're not gonna this, you'll never, like, this isn't gonna get you anywhere. Because for part of me thought, like, well, if nothing else, like,
Mm.
I can use this as a platform. No, like, it's just, you can't, there's a lot of things that they have on those contracts, and he's like, I think whoever wrote those contracts was in the music business, and I'm like, you are so right.
Yeah,
Wow.
they suck you up and spit you dry.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
Big
when you're
time.
not needed. Yeah.
Yeah, you're out. When you're out. And
Yeah,
Wow.
but then there's those cast members that like make it into their whole
yeah.
career and life, and they do get on multiple seasons, but they're literally doing like nothing else aside from it.
Yeah, and I can't do that. Like, I was just, because allegedly they tell you what to say. So, like,
Wow.
I'm embarrassed by my pillow talk because I'm fun. I can say some funny shit. They
Yes, you
they
can.
they edited everything. My
They
pillow talk.
censor
I'm
you.
embarrassed. I would sooner die to shame. Like, it was. I'm like, the stuff that they wouldn't let everything funny
Mm.
that even the people there filming us were cracking. They never showed it, and it was just me, like, with my mouth hanging open, and it was just. I was like,
Wow.
I'm not doing this. This
Yeah,
is
like they want it like very milk toast, and they don't want you
big
bad mouthing
time,
other cast members and shit.
big
So, Jen,
time.
you would never do Hunt for Love or The Single Life?
Well, what's so funny? People say that, but excuse me. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of aged out of some of that stuff.
Oh, no, girl. You're still gorgeous as ever.
But
Oh, you're so
it'll be
sweet.
fun. It'll be funny if they like if you're on one of those shows and they like match you with somebody like goofy, like if you were like on, let's say you're on a date with like Gino, like that'd be pretty funny.
That
That
would
would
be
be
funny.
amazing. That would be oh, and let me just tell, and this isn't a secret, but people are like, the guys get so many girls that, like,
Mm.
slide into their DMs or whatever. I mean, that dude got all these women after him,
He
and,
did.
right? And I'm like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. How is now? I'm not saying now, and that now this is a situation where I'm like, the other party. I mean, I'm
Mm.
not a huge fan, but do you, boo? Like, that's her thing. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, we were talking about that last Friday where it's like you could be, and this isn't like specific to any one person, but like you could be the like least fan favorite in the, for example, like I don't know, you're probably not watching the current season, but like the current season, there's this guy named Rick, and everyone calls him
Okay.
like Rick the Ick, and he's kind of like creepy, and he's like a horn dog, and he's like he always
Ugh,
like cheats and shit, and
I'm
all the
gonna look
fans
him
hate
up.
him, but then it's like no matter how hated you are, like regular fans, if he goes out in
Yes.
public, they're going to be excited to see him. And I'm sure his DMs has like chicks in his DMs. So it's like everyone could hate you, but then still you're going to have like chicks hollering at you in the
Yes.
public.
Well, you know what they
Yes.
say, haters make you famous.
Ooh!
Hmm.
Yeah. No, the women are just, like, all after these
Thirsty.
men. Well, you thirsty. There, look at Big Ed. I mean, God bless him. He
Ugh.
seems like a nice man, but no,
No.
just no. Just no, period.
No. Period. Exclamation mark.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and Jen, you know how I used to be like a big like Liz fan. Yeah, like I'm not
Yes.
friends with her anymore though.
What happened? Or
Uh,
or do you not want to say? It's okay if you
I
don't want
mean,
to say.
we could gloss over it real quick, but I think like what happened was she's like friends with like she's friends with like Jasmine a lot, and then I
Mm.
think I made a joke one time about
Mm.
Jasmine, and then she like started, and she texted me real nasty, and then like over the top nasty, and then I kind of just like that was kind of that, but
Oh,
then I kind of just like ignored it. Like basically, I stopped really like talking to her much after that, but it wasn't like officially over as far as the friendship. But and then I think she had like a DUI or something. She was driving like the wrong way down the
oh,
fucking freeway, and I posted about it, and like so I did.
good.
Then normally I would protect her, but I since I wasn't really friends with her at the time, I didn't protect her anymore. So I shared the story because it was already up there.
Yeah.
And then I don't think she probably didn't like that, but then And then it just went, and then it was another round of her like DMing me, talking all crazy, angry. And I was like, and then at that point, I just blocked her. I was like, fuck it.
And yeah, that's a her problem. Yeah, you're right. Because come on, who doesn't? You know what? When I auditioned for the when they asked me to do the pillow talk, we had to watch like little things, and it was Jasmine and Gina, like one of the first seasons. I
Mhm.
was talking so much mad shit, and I do like this Spanish soap opera, like
The
imitation.
telenovelas.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and I was going off, and everybody was laughing and stuff. But then I found out later, like that's not cool. But whatever. But how can you not make fun of her? Come on. It's so over the top. It's
Yeah,
so over the top.
Especially
I think,
when she was loving it when Shabooty was all over her ass. Oh, she
I
was loving
bet.
that. She was
mhm.
loving it. But once he said one thing that she disagreed with, and she's going to take it there, really?
Exactly. Yeah, that's bullshit. And Shibuti, you were such a good friend to Liz. Like you were
He
so.
was.
Yes, you were like you.
Yeah, I helped rehab her image after being with Big Ed.
Thank you. Exactly. Yes, you
Yep.
did. Yes, you did.
Paid too. He was her PR person, basically.
Yes.
hmm
God, she should have been. I see. I'm
Yeah,
always sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
like that's what annoys me about it is it's one thing. Let's say I had said something about Liz and Liz got upset. Like it's one thing if it's like about you, but if I said something about goofing on Jasmine, like why are you like throwing away friendship just for Jasmine? But anyway, we don't need we've
Exactly.
been through this before. But it's like stupid to throw it away for Jasmine of all people. So
Abs of all people, absolutely. You're so right. No,
I
I'm so
agree.
sorry. I'm so sorry because, and I'm always trying to set you up, but you don't want to be set up. Shruti, you are a good looking man. So one of these days, she should have been
Mhm.
all up. She should have been like, now that we're friends.
Right?
Yeah, she was with some dude, some like sailor dude who like I think cheated on her.
Ugh.
So like, but then she like got with some other dude, and then people, I think, and then she did single life while she had a fiance back home. So like,
What?
so she looks real shitty in the current season because on the show she's like going on dates with this guy, but then in real life she has a fiance back home, so she looks real shitty.
Hey, wait, is she still on?
Yeah, she's on like single
Yes.
life right now. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, I only watched a couple of episodes of The Single Life,
hmm
and it's I don't know. I think it's well, allegedly a lot of the stuff is they tell you what to say
Yeah,
and who to
the
go out
guys
with.
have been saying that for a while, and I'm starting to believe it now. Even JLP, she's also been saying that a lot of it is scripted, and I didn't want to believe it, but I believe it now, especially you telling us.
Yeah, and I didn't tell officially. That's all. That's just allegedly. Just
You
Right.
can take it with a grain of salt. You do with
right.
what
Thank
you do
you.
with it what you want.
Do
Right.
with it. Yes, thank you. Do with it what you will.
Right.
That's why
True.
I love you guys who like can relate to the fact that like you look at something and you're like, did that really happen? Because I know her and I really don't think she would.
No,
Exactly.
I'm the king of like spoiling the show and peeling back the curtains. So I'm sure the
Which
producers like hate me and love me. They have a love-hate relationship with me, probably more hate, but I'm the one that spoils everything. And anytime something like is fugazi on the show, like for example, on the current season, there's this guy. What I'm saying isn't really news at this point, but like there's a guy named Forrest, and like on the show,
oh God.
they try to pretend on the show it's like the first time they're meeting, like in real life, and then it was spoiled on social media that he had like met with his chick in Philippines like years prior, like 3 or 4 years ago, and their
Yep.
photos that leaked on social media, so they'd already met in real life. But then on the show, the storyline is portrayed as if it's the first time they're meeting, and they'd waited 7 years of build up just to meet for the first time ever, and they're all lovey-dovey. But then it was discovered via social media that they had already met in real life before. So every time they say, hey, my Sheena baby, or whatever fuck her name is, whatever, like,
Oh.
I've been waiting 7 years, but we all know it's bullshit. So like it irks me and I like, call it out every time.
As you should, because I'm sorry, and this is not about me. This is just I think timing. I feel like the show jumped the shark after my season. I think I
Yeah.
got in one like I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, like, it just all, I feel like it went from
A
real
dumpster
people.
dive.
Hmm.
Yes.
I actually agree with you.
Great.
Right? Like now it's just a shit show because it's like this is
Hmm.
so obviously allegedly not what's happening. But before, like my brother, like 10 years ago, whenever it first came out, he was the
Hmm.
one that got me to watch it, and we were like hooting and hollering, but it was real. Like I know it was real just because when you know things are real because they're
Right.
just so fucking
Hmm.
out of control, like you can't make it up.
Yeah.
I
And
think
now,
production is shifting towards
yes.
like going into a younger generation, getting influencers, getting hotter
Ugh.
people,
Yes.
right? So they're trying to be
Yes.
like the Love Island, right?
Yep.
But they'll never compare to the Love Island because it's just the Timu Love Island, as I like to
Thank
call
you.
them.
Thank you. Because the people on the cover after Rishi and I were, you guys know, I'm sure, Shekinah and whatever that dude's name.
Harper, yeah.
Harper.
Yes. And so then now we go, okay, now we're all plastic surgery, whereas before we're like random people, normal looking, whatever,
Mhm.
maybe not normal looking, weird looking. I include myself in that, like just odd, whatever. And then it's like, okay, now we're I don't know. It's not
Yeah, it's now it's all like social media influencers and shit like that.
Yes, yes, and but don't get me wrong. I love that y'all are still supporting it and watching it and making fun of it because it is good to make fun of.
Yeah, it's good for the memes and goofing on it and spilling tea.
Yes.
But otherwise, if sometimes, if especially this last season's, the current seasons, both are feeling like slogs.
Yeah. And one thing that I can't stand is the hours and hours that you film. We could have had like an entire year of like fresh stuff. Uh, They don't play all of that in between the commercial breaks. And last time, yeah, we saw that shit. We saw it last time. We know it. You don't need to go over it again. And then
Right.
again, right? Like over and
Yes.
over and over. Like, stop, move on.
That's right.
Right? You've got the hours. I know you have the hours, and that is not allegedly. I will sue me for 50,000 and my family can tell you how many hours on the farm they filmed. That was
And then
anyway.
they don't use it half the time. Most of the time.
No. No. Mm-mm.
True.
So,
Um, Let me see. I don't know how much you want to stick around, Jen, but at some point, where like I've topics, 90-day topics. I don't know if you want to like stick around for it, but we're going to go through some 90-day topics.
yeah, okay, can I do like an Irish goodbye? Like cuz I'd love to listen to a little bit here and then I'm probably going to drift off cuz I got to do this thing in the morning.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
Is that
That
cool?
works. Yeah, yeah. Do that. We have this co-host that like pops in and out a lot. Like her name's like Cocco. Maybe she was on before when you were on, but
Yes, yes, Coco, yes.
she's famous for the Irish goodbye.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. All right. Well, I'm here for now, and I love you guys, and thank you for having me.
No, yeah, it's great talking to you. Like it's great catching up, and I wanted
Same
you to
here.
share your story because it sounded kind of crazy with the
Thank
Fresno
you.
thing.
Thank you.
And it was good that you talked to Lana because she's like Fresno's finest.
Yes, Fresno's finest. I love it, Lana. That's great. I love it. Keep those stories coming.
True. Well, I guess Gina and I will tag. I don't know what happened to George tonight. He was supposed
We,
to come, but I don't know.
yeah,
But
he's
anyway,
being the ultimate Mariah right about now.
yeah, he's. I feel like his relationship is like ruining his podcast presence. But
Oh,
anyway,
oh.
anyway,
Right.
let me go to the topics. Let me see. So the first topic was, and we could just buzz through these, Gina, and Lana or Jen, if you want to chime in, feel free. And these are not in order of importance, but okay. The first topic was Mark, who's the pilot. His daughter had like a fancy wedding. Well, I think he's from Boston, and I think his daughter lives in Florida. So they had the wedding, and I think it was Jupiter, Florida. Um, and so yeah, Jordan, Mark, the pilot's daughter, had a wedding. And the interesting part for me, because I'm a big like pop culture guy or celebrities and shit, So they had Justin Herbert, who's like a quarterback for like the LA Chargers. He was there, and then he has this like high A-list girlfriend. I think her name is Madison Beer, and she was there as well. Um, so apparently, and there's a bunch of other football players, like like less not famous people, but big old football players from the San Diego Chargers, now the LA Chargers. They were all there, so that was
Wasn't his
funny.
nephew a big time football player?
Oh yeah, my fault. I'm totally forgetting that part. So yeah, um, the nephew and yeah, his son-in-law, right? Who is now son-in-law, which and
Mark's
Gabe,
son-in-law. Yeah.
yeah, his name is like Gabe Neighbors, which is funny because like people that did he's a former football player, NFL player, but now he's retired. But when he was playing, people would have him on their fantasy football team, and as like a joke, they would name like their fantasy football team like it was like gay neighbors because his name is like Gabe Neighbors, but it sounds like gay neighbors. So people would name their fantasy football team out after him as if they had gay neighbors. Get it?
Yeah, sorry, I can't help you with that. I'm not I don't do football pool, but I do get it.
True. So
Clever.
anyway, yeah, he was there, and then I don't know. They're also related. There's a not to get too into like sports, but there's another famous neighbors who's like an NFL wide receiver. Um, but his first name is escaping me. But he's a wide. We talked about him in the past. He's a wide receiver for the New York Giants, and he's really good. So I don't know if he was there, but the neighbors have a lot of NFL connections. So that was a little star-studded wedding in Florida. And I posted my photos on my Instagram, so go check it out. Mark the Pilot.
Yeah, Mark's daughter looks so cute. Like Maria, I think her name
The
is.
you mean like Mark's daughter? Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. But I don't know where Mina's son was because I didn't see him in any of the pictures.
Oh, and then and then Mark posted a picture of his son, which we hadn't seen on the show or anything. He had like long hair. I don't know if you saw his son.
No, but I've seen pictures of his son on like
You,
Instagram because you know me, I take the deep dive. I take one for the
the,
team. I'm like, what
so
do you
then
look like?
yeah, he had long hair. That you've seen
Yeah,
him? Yeah, okay, never mind.
yeah,
Then. Yeah, you've seen him.
yeah. I've seen him before.
He
Not
looks
on
like
the show.
he looked like a grunge rocker from Seattle type or something.
Yeah, he looked like Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana. Yeah, he looked like
Kurt Cobain.
he looked like Timu Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway, that was the first topic, which is Mark got married. Mark's daughter Jordan got married. Congratulations. Next topic, Gina. Even though Sarper has me blocked, Gino, our friend of the show, he was at the Sarper show in Detroit. And you know what I heard about it? Now that I think about it, so and obviously there's a bunch of like female fans that took photos with Gino, and Gino's probably all excited. But I heard there was a woman. What somebody told me was there was like a loudmouth woman at, I think it was at Gino's table. So Gino was in the front with like a loudmouth woman was at Gino's table, and she was not necessarily being a heckler, but just being like very loud while Sarper's trying to like perform. But Gino didn't shut her up. Like Gino never said anything to her to shut the fuck up while Sarper's trying to do his comedy. So that was a report I got. Gino's with some loudmouth that wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh, like on like a date?
I don't know if it was a date or just what I don't know. She was at his table and she wouldn't shut up. And like other people got annoyed at the chick that was one of the women that was hanging at Gino's table.
Well, maybe Gino is scared of her. He doesn't like it when people yell. He can't
Yeah,
defend himself.
he doesn't have a good history of shutting up loudmouths, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So, but apparently people say Sarper's funny, but but anyway, that was Gino there. The photos are on my Instagram. Check those out. That's that topic. Okay, next topic is the tell-all trailer dropped. Did you watch the trailers and the footage and the different clips and stuff?
Yeah, I sent you one where the beginning clip wasn't
Yeah, there was
it wasn't
another one.
shown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It,
think I saw the extended version of it.
mhm. It was interesting, and I think they're doing like correct me if I'm wrong, but they're doing like a different thing now where it's like almost like a confessional booth, like so you can go in the confessional and talk or something.
Yeah, I had read or heard that they're doing like kind of like they're filming like the behind the scenes type of thing like that. Like you know how you get like most
Hmm.
like they don't really like shoot a lot of what happens behind the scenes, like when they're eating food or whatnot. It's not that big of a segment, but I heard they're going to focus on that too. I wonder why. I wonder why, because Sean can't bring shit.
Yeah, because Sean doesn't bring the drama, so they have the drama backstage and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there was another clip, I think the official 90 Day account posted today where it was like Lisa. I don't know if confronts is too strong of a word, but Lisa confronts like Elise and says, Elise, you strike me as, you remind me of the girls that would bully me back in my day because you seem so confident and I could just see you like
Well, she
bullying me.
said, I think she said, Lisa said, like, oh, I don't like you. And Lisa's
Hmm.
like, what the hell did I do to you? Like, and
Yeah.
really, like, what did she do to her? She didn't do. And then Lisa goes off saying, like, I know girls like you. Like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah,
which was really
she's
bizarre.
projecting a lot of her like damage on Elise. Um, but and then like with all let me know your thoughts about like with all these like clips and previews and promos and teasers and trailers. My only worry, I mean, I know they're trying to like drum up interest, so people are like, "Oh my God, this seems like the best tell-all ever. I can't wait to watch tell-all." My only worry is like it's a double-edged sword because if they all the good parts are like promo clips, then I feel like they could be like burning all the good parts for the promo clips, and then when we watch it, we're like, "Oh, we already saw all these good parts." I don't
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen because that's what happened with the Jasmine throwing the shoe at Rob,
know. Hmm.
right? Because they showed that,
Yeah.
right? Or
Hmm.
the leading up to it, right? And then after that, it was just boring.
Yeah, that's my worry is like all the good parts are shown, but at least I think the fact that it's only like 2 episodes, it'll if it was 4 episodes, I'll say, oh hell no, it's like going to be watered down and shitty. But I think with the 2 episodes, it should be good.
Yeah, I think the bio, like the description of each of the episodes are actually on IMDb. I think I sent it
Mhm.
to you guys when I found out.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to know who the baby daddy is for Trish.
Oh yeah, yeah. True. And no, and then like yeah, so shout out to Gina because she's the one that sent me like when the IMDb posted like the updates of the like recap or the teaser descriptions of the episodes. And then it's funny because like as soon as I post it, all the other fucking 90 Day accounts like basically post the same content of like, oh my gosh, here's the tea from the descriptions. But like Gina's the one that originally sent it. So all the other 90 Day accounts that like after I post something, then they regurgitate it. Gina's the original like found person that found it first, I'm sure.
That's like with the whole Danielle being married.
And then what's her name? And Trish being pregnant, yeah.
Mm, That's what I want to know. And they're probably, it's not going to be messy. Sean's not messy. We know that. She's going to be like, all right, people, settle
Mhm.
down. She's going to be like the high school teacher
Mhm.
that was like, you can never joke around with. Like, she's going to be exactly like that.
And I think we have Sean like defensive about something because like one of the preview promos it had Sean saying, "Oh my God, yeah, I watch all the season and I take
Oh,
notes and
bullshit. I
I,
sent that to you guys too. I'm like,
yeah."
that's a bunch of bull crap.
But
She
yeah,
reads off a teleprompter.
that's I think that's in response to us busting her balls, but we're busting her balls from a real place. Because I'm going off of like former cast members that say they didn't Sean didn't even know their names and shit.
Well,
So,
I'm just like she's not like I'm sorry, but she's no longer good at what she does,
mhm.
right? She
Mhm.
needs to bite that in the butt and move on. Like she's no and what's his name? Andy Cohen?
Mhm.
She's no Andy Cohen.
Yeah, Andy Cohen. Somebody posted I don't know if it was an Instagram story, but somebody reposted one of his stories where it was, I guess, it was a summer house reunion, and he had just this happened like yesterday or today or whatever, and he post after he got done filming the summer house reunion I don't know if it's for Bravo, but
It is for Bravo.
he went on like his Instagram stories and he was like out on the street in New York City, I think, and he was saying, "Oh my God, that was like the most intense reunion I've ever like done." And you could tell he looked like a little frazzled, like it was kind of intense. Where I was like, "Damn, he must have just did a good hosting job." He's like, "Yeah, people." He was like, I asked all the pertinent questions and it was very intense. And I could just tell, like, oh, he must have done a really good hosting job because he looked like he just got out of a like refereeing like a Mike Tyson fight because he looked like he just went through it with the cast members. And I feel like what's her name? Sean imagine Sean doing something like that. It would never happen. You never see Sean as if she really went through some emotional hosting job. She never looks like she went through anything.
Exactly. So he I hate to bring this up, but the first time I saw him do an
Hmm.
interview in a show that I was interested in, right? Because I don't watch any of those, like any of the other Bravo shows or whatnot, but he was on Love Island last year, season 7 tell all. And he like basically wasn't sugarcoating the questions. So he was basically asking the questions that people wanted
Hmm.
to know. And that's what you have to do as a host, right? You have to ask the right questions to get
Hmm.
the answers, right? And then if they dodged the question and gave a PR answer, he'd be like twisting it and being like trying
Hmm.
to have them elaborate on it or whatnot.
Yeah, like when I, for example, when I had what's her name? When I had Diana on this podcast a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Normally, when I do like interviews, I would have like questions pre-written. Actually, even with Jen tonight, um, yeah, it would be handy to have pre-written questions. But I didn't have any pre-written questions for Diana, and I didn't have pre-written questions for Jen. But if you're a good host, you could still kind of wing it and do a good job.
Well, yeah, but that's basically you, not Sean. She needs the questions on the cue cards. Like, come on
Yeah.
now, right? Like, you
Hmm.
just go with the flow of the conversation, making you relatable, right? Even
Hmm.
though we have to have Diana back when I'm available because then I can actually speak the same language as her. So then we'll get a
Yeah.
more intense interview with
True.
better results to those questions and answers, right? Rather than
Hmm.
being like a language barrier, right? As long as we don't talk about the what happens in the sheets and whatnot, because that's something that I don't want to know about
Hmm.
Colt and their
Yeah.
L
True.
life.
True. And then back to the tell-all thing. What did you think of like Lisa's blue contact lenses?
Who did she? I always get like they always look like Ursula for some reason. Ursula always comes into mind when I see something like that. First it
Mm.
was Manon or whatever the French chick's name was, and now it's her that's giving me like Ursula vibes. Like just no, I don't know who she's trying to be. Like she's not wearing it. Like at least her hair looks half decent and it's not from Timu. I am sure Captain would be very happy to see that.
Mm.
So maybe she upgraded from Timu to Sheen. So who
Mm.
knows? And
Did you see the last episode of the B90 on Sunday?
yeah, I'm up to date. I'm up to date
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it all.
What did you think when she was like back in Pennsylvania and then the producers were kind of interviewing her and then and she's kind of more dolled up a little bit. I feel like she's like leaning into the fame already.
I think she looks more presentable, like, and more confident, right? Maybe because she went to Nigeria, she was able to, I don't know what she was able to do there, but maybe that curse did something good.
Mhm.
Who knows? Or in her head about that curse, but she'll talk about that curse too on the
Mhm.
tell-all. But I honestly think like she's in her own element right now, like, or when she comes back. And the fact that she's like working 3 to 4 jobs for this sucker that doesn't do anything is just ridiculous. Like,
Mhm.
she should have seen the red flags from the beginning.
Yeah, and then did you see the preview promo clip with Sean and Lisa where it said Lisa when basically that ceremony that they did for the show, apparently on the tell-all, the big bombshell was that now Daniel, it was a marriage ceremony unbeknownst to Lisa, and now Daniel considers her his wife already.
Wait, they did like didn't they do 2 ceremonies? The one to wash the
Mhm.
lesbianness away, and the other one
I
didn't they do
guess
2 ceremonies?
I don't know, but the one whatever I don't know if you saw the clip though, but they just replayed it. And apparently that was like a wedding ceremony unbeknownst to Lisa. But obviously you could tell it's like not very legally binding. It's some bullshit.
No, that is so like for TV. I don't, and I was about to say before I lost my train of thought. I think like a lot of like the production out of all the seasons got more involved, asking
Mhm.
them questions on the spot. I haven't seen that in the
Hmm.
90-day world, right? Because what happened when, like, with the lease and with oh,
Joshua.
Joshua, thank you. When they
Hmm.
had the part when he had invited friends over for a
Oh, mhm.
party, and
Yeah. Oh, and
then the
then
production's
somebody's
like asking her, like, "Oh, are you
yeah,
okay? Are you this?"
but
Like,
mhm,
and it's never really happened before in past seasons, and I've noticed it in this
mhm.
season all of a sudden, the switch.
By the way, you know what like floored me a little was on the single life when they broke the fourth, was it called the third wall? No, fourth wall. When what's her name? Kimberly tells the like camera woman, like, hey, how tall are you? And then they show the camera woman, I think, and then they show like how tall she was next to Kimberly. Did you see that part?
Yeah, I saw that part. Like, I don't know, like this season and the dire or
Mhm.
whatever, the single life, they're bringing in a lot more of like the productions, like,
Mhm.
and productions asking them questions and productions getting more involved rather than being behind the camera all the time.
Yeah, people in our live chat, remind me, is it breaking the third wall or breaking the fourth wall? I can't remember. Anyway, let me know in the live chat, and I'll give you a shout out. Whoever fourth wall. Amberlee says fourth wall. I think she's in L.A., Los Angeles, so she knows. Yeah, they're breaking the fourth wall a lot more now.
Yeah, so and maybe and I like it better too. I don't know. I like it doesn't seem as fake. It's
Hmm.
fake regardless because it's reality TV or whatnot. It's for entertainment purposes, but it kind of seems more real. Like,
Yeah,
oh, there's
I think
actually
they're
real
trying to be
people
more like
behind the camera.
they're trying to be more like humanistic and treat. They're trying to the production is trying to come across more human
Exactly.
because
So, which
they have
we
such a bad they have such a bad reputation that they want to actually come across like nicer, I think.
so yeah, they're not coming. They're not just the like interns, right? So they're
Hmm.
actually like actual people, right? So that's what I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sherry says, yeah, more production. Yeah, way more productions involved, right? And I like seeing that. It's different. So,
Hmm. True. Okay, so there was that. Did you see the like promo poster I posted where Beer Can and Laura were removed from the artwork?
yes, I did. And what oh God. Like the last episode where he was like playing soccer and she was so impressed by it. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know why you're so impressed by that. Have you never seen any actual soccer games, like actual professionals play soccer? Like, are you crazy, woman?
And I think she said she's like never kicked like a soccer ball ever. Have you never kicked a soccer ball ever?
Yeah, well, she went to the gym. I don't know about now. Seen her what she looks like now. No offense,
Well,
but
apparently, yeah, she's not close friends with Michael anymore, so now she lost her gym buddy.
exactly.
And then
So
what? Yeah, and then also there's the thing with like the when he proposed with the red string and she ate that up.
right? Like I'm like, oh God. And I think it's just because she hasn't, maybe this is the best that she thought that she can do.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's the best we could do, but I think she's also, and we've talked about this a million times, but she's one of those people where when she's in front of the camera, she feels like Cinderella, you know? It's like very the cameras make it even more romantic. So she feels even more special. And I think that the is more so pushing her towards you know, eating up all soaking up all the attention basically.
Exactly. She doesn't really like see the red flags. There's red
Hmm.
flags, but she's also a walking red flag or pink flag. And it was funny. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw, like, George had posted not Laura looking like a before photo to it on an Ozempic ad on his Twitter. And then I'm like, why does this come into mind? It's like the Homer Simpson wearing like the muumuu.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Um, she twists the narrative and plays the victim with
Mhm.
lies, thinking she won't get caught.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I don't think well, I posted one of my. I had a kind of like a fucked up slash funny tweet where, well, first of all, what's her name? Karen on Twitter. She posted the photo of Laura in her big dress, and they were like, what happened to Laura?" Insinuating that she gained weight, and then I reposted it, quote retweeted, and I was like, "Oh, she probably ate Michael's nose." And then I said that, and then I posted that on Instagram, and some people were like, they were offended by it, but I'm like, give me a fucking break. I could have said way worse things.
Yeah, you could have said what I said, Homer Simpson in a
I know I could
murmur.
have done the Homer Simpson in the dress meme and shit, which actually is like a really good meme. So I'm tempted to do it.
Like I'll send it to you. And even George is like, "Dang, you're on a roll," and I'm like, yeah, just like I'm not like quick-witted like Captain, but I I,
Mhm.
I do have some great one-liners sometimes that they just have to like think about them. So I'll send it to you. It was
Oh,
like
there
the
there was
gift.
there was one. Let me see if I can find it. But there was one they're Karen on Twitter. She sent me, and I didn't repost it just because I don't want to be I don't want to be called like fat shaming. But if you want, I could post it in the Patreon chat. It's pretty
Oh, yeah,
funny.
that's what I'll do too. I'll post it on Patreon too. But you post yours first, and then I'll post
Okay,
mine.
I'm gonna put it's again. I didn't make it. This chick Karen made it, and I didn't repost it just because I don't want to be. I don't want people bitching and moaning that I'm like fat shaming. But I'm gonna post it in Patreon right now. All right. I just posted it.
Okay, let me go
Eh,
take a peek.
Okay, our live listeners go to Patreon is the one. It's Laura, the 90 Day Fiance Carby Barbie includes taco accessory. So go check that out. I guess I don't know.
God, the carby Barbie with the taco. You should have put tacos more than one, or maybe
Hmm.
some Turkish delights.
Yeah. But yeah, I like your like Homer Simpson one too. You should put
So,
put the Homer Simpson one. I mean, I could do it too, but put the Homer Simpson one in the Patreon.
yeah, I'm doing that right now.
For,
So that was George, and then this was my
okay, but
response.
this Barbie one, do you think if I post it on Instagram, people will get mad?
I don't know. People are snowflakes. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'll be honest though, my Instagram comments, it's not like a democracy. So when people bitch and complain about shit, I like either I'll like restrict them or delete the comment. So like, it's not a democracy on my Instagram.
Nah, just post it. Just post it.
Yeah, I may have
If
to post
anything,
it.
you could just blame me for it, and I'll be
No,
like, I'll take the
no,
heat.
I'll blame Karen on Twitter because she's the one that made it. I'm gonna say if y'all are offended by this, blame Karen on Twitter. She made it.
I'm like, I can laugh at it because I was larger at one point, so I can laugh at it and I can poke fun of myself, whatever, right? So
Hmm.
what? But like you have to have a sense of humor. So,
True.
but she's
Yeah.
what did Captain call her? A red hatter? So yeah.
Mhm. True. All right, let's see. Let me go back to my topics list. So yeah, Beer Count's off the poster. The question remains if they edit him out of the actual tell-all broadcast or not. I know he's in the promo video. Well, Laura was in the promo videos, but in trailers, but we'll see if they actually edited them out of the tell-all or not, or maybe edit them
And
down.
because look what they did with Tiger Puff.
Yeah, they totally edited out Tiger Puff. So we'll
But
see.
then why would Laura like still like be on there, right? Like because that picture that what's it called? That picture that I posted on Patreon from George's Twitter,
Hmm.
like that's behind the scenes.
Hmm.
That's not even on stage.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
So
We'll
yeah.
see if they show up in the final broadcast. Um, and then, oh, you're ready to talk about Laura's engagement. I mean, Beer Can and Laura's engagement. Oh, and then there was other thing where Stig kind of dumps Aviva via text. Were you surprised by that at all?
I'm calling it from the beginning.
Hmm.
I've been saying, and if you guys all remember, that he just wanted to get her pregnant so he can come to the States. I've been saying that from the jump. And George was like, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, I know that, but he thinks it works like that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't
But like,
surprise me because he wants to get it in every night with somebody. Obviously, if she's living wherever she's living, he can't have that all the time.
yeah, the only part that threw me off a little was prior to that segment. I thought they were like sort of friendly on social media. After that segment aired, though, then all of a sudden Stig started doing rap songs, like kind of shitting on her. So obviously, it seems like they're not that cool anymore. But
Hold on,
prior
let's see
to
if they
that,
still follow each other. That will be the deciding
So
factor
I think
if they still follow each other.
somebody said they're not, so I'm assuming they're not. But I thought they were like at least friendly on social media, but that changed really quick after that segment aired. So, anyways,
Let's take a look.
okay, you go look.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Okay,
Does anybody know his username on Instagram? Because I'm putting STIG
hold on,
and
I can
nothing
look.
comes up.
Let me check real quick. Maybe he blocked you. No, it's like Stig the artist, Stig Da artist.
Yeah, she doesn't follow him.
True, yeah. So I guess they're not really that cool anymore.
No. I don't get blocked, Shabooty, because no one knows me. I don't get blocked.
You're not controversial.
Exactly. I don't get blocked. I don't post shit.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I guess they're on the outs because Stick is doing rap. What do you think of his rap songs?
They're actually not too bad. He's actually like if
Hmm.
he's famous in Bel Belize, right? So and we saw like the posters and the billboards
Hmm.
and the guy at the airport giving him props, and he's pretty big out there, right? So as George said last week, he's the only international rap star that they've gotten.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's pretty good. I will say the comment section is still pretty brutal. Like the comment section still kind of shits on him. But as far as me, as far as like pass fail, I'm giving him a pass.
Yeah, that's basically yeah, people are mean and people are just trolls on the internet and they're just behind the keyboard
Yeah.
as I look at it sometimes. And like if you were to like why comment something bad on someone's Instagram? Why follow them? Right? Like it doesn't make any sense if you're just gonna shit on them. Like there's no point.
Hmm. True. So okay, there was that. And then there was oh, I guess this is also from the tell-all, but there was a segment where Elise and Emma are kind of beefing, and then I think it was last Sunday, I was trying to get it and get to the bottom of it T-wise, and apparently, from my understanding, was they're kind of fighting over Rob because apparently Emma had banged Rob, and that's what Elise and Emma were bickering over.
But like it's like Elise was like trying to get with Rob in the past and Emma was just bringing up the stuff in the
Mhm.
past before Emma even came in the picture. So I don't understand what the hell the big deal is.
Yeah, and then the other T, I haven't officially like signed off on it, but it would make sense because I was kind of also surmising it, but because like Emma was on Hunt for Love 2, and then people were saying like Emma was hanging out with like Jamal. So maybe, on Hunt for Love 2, Emma and Jamal like got close because apparently allegedly Emma may have be hanging out with Jamal these days. But I have heard that quote unquote Emma gets passed around allegedly. So it wouldn't surprise me.
So the only one missing out of that trio
This
would be
is
Josh.
Josh. Yeah, then she could say she fucked all the 90 Day Bad Boys.
Maybe you'll never know. Maybe she'll come out with an OnlyFans and then there'll be a video of all like her getting gangbanged.
Maybe. So, I mean, she does have fake boobs, so who knows?
Fake boobs,
Um,
fake hair, like
mhm.
fake
True.
brows, fake lips, like everything's fake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, for the record, Emma has slept with Rob, and she may be dating Jamal presently. Um, okay, there was that. Then the next topic is Paul, according to TMZ, finally officially got the divorce papers done with Karini, so they're officially divorced after all this time.
Wow. That was like how long did it take and why is TMZ posting this for shit that should have happened like 3 years ago?
I know. So who's even keeping track of these two clowns? But
Exactly. Yeah, way to go, TLC and your PR.
well, oh yeah, true. I don't know, but I know they both have. I know they're both on OnlyFans, so I think they both want to capitalize.
And Cameo.
Yeah. There's nothing more inspiring than getting like a Paul cameo, I'm sure.
Well, who would want to pay for that? I'd pay like that person would have to go into the mental hospital if they wanted to see like get a cameo
Mhm.
from Paul.
It'll be fun. It'll be funny if somebody paid for a cameo from Paul, but the cameo request was just like, "Hey, Paul, I want you to just like stand silent for like 30 seconds in front of the camera. That way you'll be less annoying. And I want to give that to my significant other."
Mm, wait, how much is his cameo? Give me a second.
Okay.
George's birthday's coming up in June. We can, and I think Coco's is in April. We can do something like that.
Mm, true. Um,
So,
okay, and then well, you feel free to look it up. But anyway, next topic was it's from Single Life when Gino met Natalie and his daughter and Natalie's daughter Bella was super rude and nasty to Gino. So what are your thoughts on how like disrespectful Bella was?
be, here's the thing with that. She only heard her mom's side of the story and what she saw on TV, right? So
Mm,
I can't, like, I'm going to stick up for my mom or for my parent at all costs. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter who you are. And that's that. And like,
mm,
I'm a Juno fan, but at the same time, she did make some key points at the end of the day. Like, that's her mom. She's going to be protected about her mom. Her mom has dated douchebags before, so this isn't the first rodeo
mm,
with the douchebags and the clowns. And then like, it's just a cycle all over again. Her daughter is likely sick of it, not being someone that she's dating beneath her. And I don't disagree with how her daughter took it, and I don't disagree with it. So I'm in the middle stands. I'm gonna be Switzerland and just be like, okay, I see her daughter's point, but I also see Gino's point. She was kind of a bitch too, but I do also have a resting bitch face. So yeah.
yeah, I don't. I'm curious, like who Natalie dated in the past, because it sounds like she dated some monsters, and that's the reason Bella has like a short fuse with men in her life, in Natalie's life.
Well, they do. I think from like just their features, I'm not sure. I'm speculating now. They do look like they're Hispanic, but I'm not sure. And like we Hispanics, Latinos, they all have a temper, so don't get on the bad side. But they do look like they have like a short fuse, basically.
Mm,
But
true.
so Paul's cameo is $6.84 Canadian, so that's like $4 US.
If it's that cheap, we might have to order one.
Right? So let me see. Yeah, personalized video. And the old price they have it crossed off here, $68.
Oh, it used to be 68, now it's six or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's Canadian, not even in US. So
how,
you,
oh, so it's even less in US?
yeah.
Oh shit.
So you guys
I
might
mean,
have to order one.
we could just we could get him to do like a audio drop, like a intro drop.
Ah, smart thinking. Yes. Well,
Say,
definitely. Just you're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
yeah, that exactly. That might be a good idea. I'm gonna look into that.
It's $5.
No, fuck yeah. For $5, I'll get a Paul audio drop. Why not? And I'm gonna be like, hey, Paul, can you talk about how the gay shit you do on your OnlyFans? Hey, this is Paul, and I shove gay shit on my ass, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
You know,
So
you know this. Have you seen them recently?
me, no, I don't see shit, but I get reports.
I've seen the reports. Don't worry. I've seen them too, and no one wants to see that. It's called the good old Reddit.
Yeah. So anyway, that's Paul news. Congratulations on your for official legal divorce. Um, we talked about Bella, the daughter, and then okay, and then did you see the picture of Rick with like a fan and his like fly was down and he was looking at her like a piece of meat?
I saw that. I saw that you had posted that. I was like, oh, creepy. I'd be like, why is your slide down. What were you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
he's like
honestly.
he's the quintessential creepy Uber driver too. Because like, imagine if he's your Uber driver and like you're a chick and you stumble in the car drunk and he's like probably staring at you through the rear view mirror all night.
Well, according to like the guys on, I think I heard someone take his Uber and Cali on
Hmm.
the reality, like one of the reality
Reality
gaze
gaze.
podcasts. Yeah, they said that he had a 4.5
Mhm.
rating on Uber.
True. Yeah,
So
I think that
can't
was
lose that money.
I think that was Matt. Matt is the one that had the Uber. Matt.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do
Um,
you think he didn't block it like that? The girl from Colombia. There's things that are going around, whether it's true or not, that maybe she's pregnant. That's why he can't block her.
I think he didn't block. He doesn't block her because, like, well, didn't you? Because they blurred her face, but they showed her body and
Yeah,
stuff, and she had a pretty nice body. So I think he doesn't want to like cut it off because she was kind of like out of his league. So it's kind of like when you go out of your league, you're like, yeah, that it'd be like let's say you're like a professional athlete, and like you're kind of like a bench player, you're a role player or a bench player, but then there's 1 year in your career where you like had amazing numbers and you were on the all-star team and like that year, you just like it stands out in your memory. So that was like him going out of his league, and he's like, "Yeah, I went out of my league, so I'm not getting rid of those memories. Anything about her, I'm keeping her around just because that was my fond All Star year."
Trish is also out of his league.
That's fair, but I'm sure he doesn't want to block her either.
Trish is also out of his league. So I don't know. I don't know why he didn't
Mhm.
block her. If he was smart, if he was smart, I'm not condoning this. If he was smart, he would have blocked her and then unblocked her.
He had blocked her in front of Trish, and then unblocked her afterwards.
But yeah, if he was smart, but obviously he's not.
Yeah,
He's not- But I'm not condoning this. Don't do that. Don't do that. We will find out. Women will find out the truth. Don't do that.
true. I mean, yeah, if it was on WhatsApp, I don't think he wanted to freak out the ex on WhatsApp where all of a sudden it said she was blocked or something.
Yeah, and you can tell when you're blocked basically on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I think that's the reason he didn't want to block her even for 5 minutes. Um,
So
okay, well that was that, and then I guess it wasn't. And I think the only final other thing I had was I posted it's weird when well, first of all, let me say one thing. When I post something, usually if it's like false or whatever, or if it's not that person that I say it is, usually if I'm ever wrong, I'll hear about it in like the DMs or something. People will DM me and say, "Hey, that's not really who it is." So anyway, long story long, I posted a video of Chloe tonight before the podcast where her tracks or her like extensions look all fucked up. And then
I
there were
saw that.
yeah, there were some people in the comments, a couple people in the comments, they were saying it wasn't her, but I'm still sticking to it is being her. But but anyway, go check it out. It's a crazy looking video. I think it's her, but in case it isn't, I'm nobody is sorry. Nobody has like hit me up and said it wasn't her, but it definitely looks like her. So
I saw that. Like, if it is her, what type of hot mess did she get herself into?
yeah, and the only my
So,
only theory was if it was a recent video, because let's say she did Hunt for Love 2 and then maybe it was like an intense shoot, and so she was like disheveled afterwards or something.
but well, I'm comparing different production companies. Never mind. Because I was going to
Mhm.
say, well, actually, they have people that go
Mhm.
on. If
Yeah,
they're
I don't.
trying to aim for the a Love Islandish, they have
Mhm.
people that go do your hair, do your nails, do everything
Yeah,
on.
I don't mean like during filming. I mean like after it's all said and done, and she's like on her way home or some shit. You know.
I went on her profile because I wanted to see the earrings. If she's wearing any of the earrings that
Yeah,
on that one video.
I already tried doing that, and there
Oh,
I could send there's the I could say okay I could text you the like closest one, or I could put it in Patreon even. Hold on, I'll text you, or I'll put it on Patreon. The one that's like similar, the most similar one that I found. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm posting on Patreon the most similar style. It's not, I'm not saying it's the exact one, but it's similar style to one of the earrings. That was the closest one I could find, but
It might be the
anyway,
same picture that I just saw too.
yeah, so
Oh no, it's a different one. Okay, no,
mhm.
hold on one sec. Just comparing apples to oranges.
But then
Okay,
also like
no.
I think on her Instagram she hasn't posted like any new photos in a while, right? Feel like they're all old. So who knows?
Um, yeah, they're all old. But what I can do after this is I can do. I'll I'll tell you what I'll do after. I'm not going to share it, and
Okay.
I'll tell you what I'll do after with that,
True. So anyway, go
with the
check out the
video that you
video.
posted.
You can check out the videos. People are going crazy over it because her hair looks crazy. And then, I mean, that video though, like it went viral on international hair Instagram pages with whether it was Chloe or not. It went like viral just based on the video, not because of her potentially being Chloe. So it's a crazy video. So check that out.
Yeah, that hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know, man. That's worse than Timu, yo. That's worse than Lisa's hair or the Timu job. That's for
I
sure.
I know, right? Oh, Ty just joined in the chat. She says, "Oh man, what did I miss, Jen?" Yeah, you missed Beecher. So,
From Jen
oh,
and Rishi.
yeah, of Jen and Rishi fame. I thought that was a good interview talking to her and I really wanted her and I liked hearing the story. Even though it was like even though it was like a negative story as far as like what happened, I was excited. I wanted to hear the story of what happened in Fresno because
Well, we knew that there was going to have to be more to it than what was
mhm.
like the circle back. Not that your tea wasn't like hot or anything like that off the press, but there had
Yeah.
to be more to because well, like we were speculating, both George and I, it's like, oh, maybe it's a contract, right? And
Hmm.
at a or like with a contract, they can get rid of you at any time, right? So it was good to know whether like the real truth behind it, basically.
Yeah, I mean that seems kind of crazy. Some dude that like didn't was no longer an employee was the one that hired her. Like that doesn't even make sense, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. It's weird. Like so all the current employees were on a retreat and then the one person left behind is no longer a present employee, but then they hire someone from all the way from Oklahoma. It just does all that just seem crazy to me. I don't know.
That is shady. Shady,
Yeah.
shady, shady. So she definitely dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, and I know there is a lot of fraud in terms of,
Mm,
hiring people to do shit so that they could bill Medicare a lot of bucks for doing like services and shit, but
exactly. Well, we don't have that here. Our healthcare is free.
true. So, yeah. Our healthcare is crumbling in this country, but what else isn't crumbling around the North America these days?
Well, exactly. So people are not even wanting to go, like, hate
Mhm.
to bring up the sports analogies and whatnot, but people are not even wanting to travel to the United States to go see the World Cup. So, because they're scared that they're going to get detained.
They'll like look at your fucking social media or some shit.
Yeah, like they're not
Mhm.
gonna, they don't want to risk it.
Mhm. Oh, Pineapple Girl says, before we end it, Pineapple Girl says, "Oh my God, Paul cameos are gold. My bestie sent me one and she, quote, didn't like it, end quote. So he did another one and it was freaking hilarious."
Well, there you go, Shabooty. We're gonna have to have like weekly Paul cameos then.
Yeah, we may have to I'll have to, you know, we could definitely do that. Get like, not just Paul, get some other people. The funny part would be to try to get cameos off of people like that have me blocked or hate me to make them do cameos.
Well, we could. Well, I'm sure like the famous I don't know who's blocked you. I know for sure Shekinah and Sarper have blocked
The
you,
kind of
but
Sarper, Jasmine, Sophie. I mean, we can go all night.
yeah, but they're gonna be charging a lot more for their cameos.
Yeah, it'll be fun. No, but it'll be funny. It'll be funny, like for example, Sophie. It'll be funny to record a cameo, and I'll be like, and to make them say these things. I'll be like, Hey, this is cameos for Shabooty. I'm so sorry I blocked you, Shabooty, but thank you for supporting us. Like just make them say some shit like that.
Yeah, I think like at one point, wasn't it Tiffany the most expensive? She was like doing like
Mm.
it at
Yeah, I think hers is.
5,000.
I think it was like a goof because she didn't want to do any, so she just set it super high or something, you know.
Yeah, like okay. The most expensive is Yara, and then you know who? Like, well, first it's Sean Robinson. I don't know why, but from an actual cast, it's Yara. And then remember Shekinah's friend, the real estate guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Antonio. Yeah, he's at like this is Canadian. It's 204.
I don't even remember Antonio.
Exactly. Like what are you talking about?
Hmm.
That's crazy.
True. But anyway, yeah, we should we have to yeah, I'll have to I want to get someone I want to get somebody that like hates me and make them do and see if they'll do a cameo. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, hold on, let's see. Go on Cameo, see who's like okay, so Paul's the lowest and Tom as well.
Hmm.
And I don't know who this is. Someone named Raul. I Carini. You could just start with the lower bid ones.
Yeah. All right, I'll look into that because it'd be cool to get like some audio drops and shit. Um,
Exactly. Invest in those audio drops.
true. All right, I'm just going through the live chat. Let's see. Oh, this I think this is about Lana says that's so funny. No post it, blame it, Karen. I think that was talking about the Laura
In
memes.
the pink dress. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think I should post the Laura, the one I
Go
posted
with
a
it.
picture of?
Just post it. Just post it.
Yeah, I'll post it, but then I'll do like a disclaimer. I'll say I didn't make the shit. But anyway, I'll pretend like I don't find it funny, even though I find it funny. Uh, Anyways,
Just
um,
post it. You've
mm,
posted worse stuff than that.
yeah. Ty says I was gagging at Laura getting so turned on by beer can.
Playing
Um,
soccer, which was, yeah,
Um,
no.
and then Pineapple Girl says, but respectfully, why do we care about Trisha's baby daddy? We know it's not Rick. I think we just care to know who it is in particular.
Yeah, if it's like an ex or like
Hmm.
what the relationship status says. Like we know it's not Rick's, but we want to know. We want to know who the
Yeah,
baby
kind of,
daddy is.
kind of like remember, and I'm trying to remember I'm trying to remember when the pirate guy, unveiled that he knocked up his girlfriend. Did they just like flash a picture of her, or was she on Zoom too?
No, she wasn't on Zoom. I think they flashed a picture of her.
Okay, so maybe they'll like assuming the guy doesn't mind being seen. Maybe they'll just flash a picture of the baby daddy. Who knows?
Actually, no, we like he was tagged in one of their maternity shoot pictures, and that's how on his Instagram.
No, but then yeah, true. But then on the actual broadcast, then they showed her too, right? After the fact, after it spilled
Yeah,
on social media.
yeah.
Yeah, true. Let's see. I'm just reading more of the chat before we end it. Ty says Sean is boring. Pineapple Girl says, yeah, they're having a confessional so everyone can talk crap about each other. Um, Sherry says it was so great to have you here tonight, Jen. Yeah, Jen should totally start a podcast because yeah, should be good. That's just me talking. Amberlee says I'm home and the beers are locked and loaded. What else? I don't know. And it was also good to catch up with Lana because it was a while since we talked to her. My apologies for not talking to Lana in so long.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I've
Yeah.
also been out of pocket. So
Well, and Mariah, I don't know what happened with
we don't know
him.
what happened to Mariah. We really don't know what happened to Mariah. Mariah was supposed to come, and Captain might be still recovering from the DR.
And then when is Mariah going to go public with his bae, if you will? Do we have any idea on that?
No clue.
True. Well, I know people that listen to our podcast, people that are super fans of our podcast will like DM me and they know, and then I kind of like ignore their DMs and I don't reply because I don't think I've had the green light to confirm or deny. So I just kind of ignore the DMs. But the people that are super fans, they like apparently know. So
Yeah, no idea.
I don't think it's like a
No,
that I don't think it's that it's a very well kept secret. But anyway,
that's not anything. Like I always tell George, ain't my monkey, ain't my circus. So ain't my
yes.
monkey, ain't my circus.
True. Let's see. Let me see if there's any other comments. Um, yes, Sherry's a big Jen fan because she says we've always loved you, Jen, Team Jen all the way. And yes, Lana, and by the way, Lana, thank you for hopping out of the shower to get on the podcast. We appreciate you. Like Lana, if you set up a $5 cameo, we'll get people to listen to a podcast to like buy your cameos or something. So, all right, let's
But
see.
oh, if you talk to Jen offline, if she wants to know more about my travel adventures, because she said she's been all over Europe, so we can compare stories. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can give her my handle and stuff like that on Instagram, and I'm never on Twitter. I'm only on Twitter on Sundays when I'm
True.
like replying to like everyone's tweets. So
True, I'll do that. And then yeah, Pineapple Girl says make Lana a co-host. She's our queen. Um, all right, let me just see. All right, let me see if there's any other new messages. Pineapple Girl says I would pay for a Lana cameo. Yeah, Lana, you should set up a cameo for the super fans. Pineapple Girl says he said it's not a secret, but won't post pictures, so I'm not sure. And I guess that's it. Lana
mm,
says Jen is so fantastic. Thanks for letting me talk to her, Shabooty. Um, as far as the strip club reviews, I don't know. That's Gina's boat, but either way, we
I
like to
had
do
some, but it wasn't on the agenda
we
today.
we like to do them when George is here because he has
Yeah,
good
his
reactions.
laughter is his laughter is contagious because I already know them, and then you reading them, you'll like burst out laughing. But him will be like, he'll take it to another level and be like, "Wait, I have questions."
Yeah, and he's we like to expand his horizons on the depravities of the strip club world.
Yeah, yeah. Like we like to educate him sometimes.
Yeah. Um. All right. What else? All right. And I think the Lana says I'll check Cameo out. Ty says the other night I was listening to the podcast where Lana had a murder mystery. You must be going back then, but yeah, those were like the classic episodes.
Yeah, I was listening to them at work too at one point too, and then yeah, they're just pretty epic. All those old like those old ones, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Oh my, like just different events and whatnot. I was like, oh my God.
So
So
I'm hoping you're listening to them from like oldest to newest because if you listen from like newest to oldest, then it'll spoil it. But if you go from oldest to newest, it won't be spoiled.
no, I was listening from oldest to newest type of thing, right? So like
Yeah.
at one point,
You know, that's the way to do it with the Lana epic story because yeah, listen from oldest to the people that are like to our newer listeners, and you go back to like our Spotify or Apple and go back from the beginning. You'll eventually run into the Lana saga where there's a murder mystery story, but it unfolds like week after week. But you have
yeah.
to go older to newer so it doesn't get spoiled. But anyway,
Like I said, it's like a Netflix docu-series.
yeah. So yeah, Ty is doing that as well. So that's pretty cool to hear. Yeah. Like if if we had like infinite time, energy, and not regular day jobs and resources, it would be cool to like go back and like pluck those out like and make it an individual like podcast or like individual episodes just with the Lana stories. But it could happen in the future. But this is like it's a lot. You know what I mean? We all have regular shit that we do where that takes a
Yeah,
lot of
we had
energy.
the working 9 to 5.
Yeah, the
We
9 to 5. By the time Friday rolls around, it's like I'm like a skeleton. So anyway,
same. I'm basically beat. beat, beat,
Yeah.
beat. I was just like, no, can't think. No, can't. And like brain turns off on Friday at 1 p.m. Like I'm like, nope, nope. If I get a phone
Yeah.
call at 3 o'clock, I'm not answering it at work. I'm not answering it. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, but I promise you guys, if I ever get laid off or unemployed, then I'll actually put like time, energy into the podcast, like like making the podcast or whatever, doing more things. But the current situation, I can't muster it. But anyway,
Well, if I ever win the lottery, I won't be around for a few weeks, but I'll come back. I'll come back.
yeah,
I'll just be
you
in
could be like you could
Turkey.
be like Heather and take photos of like the podcast in like paradise.
I know. I'd probably meet up with Heather in Portugal somewhere and then hop over to Turkey and get some like veneers done or something.
Hmm. True. Lana says you guys are my counseling through that saga. So
Yeah, I know you're really upset with it, Lana, when it first happened.
yeah,
So I remember that.
that's what Ty said. Lana was so upset when it first happened. And Lana says, "Oh my God, I was scared, so scared for her."
Yeah, you're scared shitless. So yeah, like I
True.
said, docuseries on Netflix. The Lana Chronicles. Just start doing a podcast, Lana, of your Airbnb Chronicles.
True. Yeah, Lana. You do your thing. We'll support you. And I think that pretty much ends it. But let me give a shout out to our live listeners. Pretty big house, which is Amberlee with her beers, Cocoa Puff, DayB, Donna, Pineapple Girl, Sherry, Sophia, and Ty. Oh, and then one other random thing. Um, it's a weird thing like Twitter space, no, Twitter communities because this douchebag Nikita, I think his name is Nikita. This douchebag that works at Twitter, he's like shutting down Twitter communities, and we have, I think it's like 8,700 or it's either I can't remember, is it 7,600 or 8,700, whatever. We have like over 7,000 follower community members on Twitter, but they're closing down all the Twitter communities, and the only thing replacing it is like a large group chat. We have like 300 people, and right now I'm kind of like filtering who gets to come in. But if you want to join our like Twitter group chat, uh, let me know and I can send you the link. I could put it in the Patreon. Well, I think I did. But anyway, join our Twitter group chat because that's like the wannabe Twitter communities. So check that out. And
Yeah,
that's
I
about it.
replied to one of your photos.
Oh yeah.
If Lauren's new person or whatnot was a lady boy or not, I'm like, yes, yes, she is, because you can tell by the hands, like the hands, you can get all the operations in the world to make you look more feminine and whatnot, but the hands
Hmm.
is a signal, and those hands look pretty manly.
Yeah, I was look. Oh yeah, that was the topic too. Like Lauren has this new 21-year-old girlfriend, and we were trying to figure out if she was a man or a lady boy or not. So
Yeah, the Twitter community has spoken. It is a lady boy.
yeah. So anyway, I think that on that note, I guess we could end it. So hopefully JLP and Mariah will be back sooner rather than later, but you never know. But we will at least we treated you to a Jen interview. So
It wasn't so bad. I thought we were going to be dull and boring, but we had a few chuckles.
yeah, no, it's fun. So
Yeah.
I think that pretty much ends it. So
Yep.
all right, thank y'all. Shout out. I think I already did all the shout outs, but yeah.
You did already the shout outs.
Yeah. Lana says great show. Lana says great show, guys. You two held it down. And Ty says, yeah, approve me on that Twitter chat. Wait, Ty, I haven't approved you? Let me double check. Oh, my apologies if I haven't. Before I end it, let me just see if Ty is on there. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize. No, because Twitter name isn't like Ty. It's like something lover. So I didn't realize that was her. Yeah, if you're on the Patreon, but if you're on like Twitter with a different name, let me know so I could. All right, Ty, I just approved you. So and let me prove a couple other people. Though I have to say, be weary in our group chat. I think there's like a porn star chick in there because I was at work and I like clicked on her profile and then her like pinned info post is like her like blowing a dude. And I was like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to look at porn at work.
The
Anyways,
works Wi-Fi.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, can you try not to have like pin porn on your profile while you're joining our Twitter private chat? Because that's like awkward for us working folks. Anyways, all right.
Exactly.
I think on that note, we could end it.
Yes.
And yeah, Ty, I approved you. And that's about it. So okay, I'll do my outro. Thank you everybody for listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a
Friday.
peace out, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good
Bye.
night. Peace.